Hey, what's up? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out the Wholesale Formula and you're wondering, is Amazon FBA a good business model for you to get involved with? Can you make a big side income from it? And is the Wholesale Formula the right Amazon FBA course to teach you exactly how to build a multiple six-figure business or not? All right, is this a waste of your time? Let's take a look at the Wholesale Formula. If at any time you want to get my favorite strategy to get to 5 to 10,000 US dollars per month minimum, 100% from home, just go ahead and click the link below and I'll send you that training directly to your email if you'd like. All right, so let's take a look at the Wholesale Formula. This is created by Dan Meadows and Dylan Frost. It is a very, very good Amazon FBA training program. I'm going to run you through this to find out if this is actually worth your time. Okay, so you can attend a workshop here, right? And you can scroll down and you can see on this page, this is basically Dan and Dylan, and they have created a pretty cool community and a very, very cool product. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. Now, what is Amazon FBA? Now, Amazon FBA is basically when you source your own products, you brand them, you send them to Amazon, and they do all the shipping and fulfillment for people that buy your products directly on Amazon. So it's a very cool business model, but there are a couple of caveats and disadvantages of Amazon FBA. We're going to talk about that in this review today, and let's see if the Wholesale Formula can solve some of those problems. Okay, now there are a few different ways to do Amazon FBA. You can do something called white labeling, where you actually buy somebody else's products and you white label them, put your branding on it, and then you send it to Amazon. There's something called arbitrage, where you buy something for cheap and then you sell it for more expensive. And there's also something called wholesale, which is what the Wholesale Formula focuses on. And this is more about finding products that are already trending on Amazon, that are selling well, and then overstepping, or not overstepping, but working around the distributors and working directly with the factories, the actual manufacturers, so that you can reduce the cost and not have to deal with these distributors, which can be quite annoying sometimes, right? And then how do you scale using a system so that you're basically selling stuff that already works, you're finding them at the lowest cost possible, you don't have to have any problems with reordering the products, which can sometimes be an issue with Amazon businesses, and you can then use systems to scale up your business, right? So that's what the Wholesale Formula is all about. Okay, so they teach a 3-step process. It's called scouting, sourcing, and scaling, and they've got 90 videos, 90 detailed videos, a Facebook community, and live webinars, Q&A webinars, where basically Dan and Dylan will answer all your questions for you. Okay, so I would think that out of all the different Amazon FBA business models, wholesaling definitely has the most potential. You'll probably make the most money with wholesaling compared to white labeling and arbitrage and some of the other Amazon FBA strategies. There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, right? And so, Dan and Dylan have shown thousands of students how to do it, I think, in the best way. All right, so it's a great training program, very, very detailed. It's not the cheapest. It's a $2,997 program, so almost $3,000, or you can pay it in 4 payments of $874. There is a full refund policy for 30 days, no questions asked. Okay, the only disadvantage with the Wholesale Formula is they open it only once a year. All right, so if you want to get into it right now, you can't, unfortunately. Okay, so these guys make most of their money from actually doing the Amazon FBA business. They do teach it through the Wholesale Formula. This is a great course, but they only open it once a year. Okay, so they talk about things like product analysis, scouting, value proposition, sourcing, and how to actually expand your team by hiring virtual assistants, because you don't want to do all the work. Unfortunately, Amazon FBA, there's a lot of moving parts. And if you were to do everything yourself, you'd be working like 18 hours a day, which means that you have no life, which doesn't make sense, which is why they teach you to scale your team by hiring VA recruiters, okay? Now, how much does this really cost? Because yes, the program costs about $3,000, but to start an Amazon FBA business will cost you more than that. Okay, you have to pay for tools, which have monthly fees. You're going to have to spend money on your actual products from the manufacturers. So it's going to cost you a minimum in total of, I would say, anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000. That's a realistic number to look at and also to maintain, because you have to maintain the business. It's not just about spending money on it upfront and then, hoping that you don't have to pay for anything else. No, there are costs involved. in running a business. You have to spend money on the product. You have to make sure you can run for a few months, at least 3 to 6 months, without making any money, because that's the way that you have to look at business realistically, right? So realistically, I would say anywhere from 6 to 8,000, if not, 6 to 10,000 minimum, including the cost of the program, for you to run a successful Amazon FBA business wholesale. All right. So that's my review of the Wholesale Formula. I think out of all of the Amazon FBA strategies and programs out there, this is one of the better ones. But unfortunately, you can't get into the program all the time. So if you want, you could click on attend a workshop right here and see whether you can get in. But there is a wait list. You see, if it says there's a wait list, it means that they're not open right now. So you can get on the wait list and wait until they email you to see when is the next time that they actually open up the Wholesale Formula, right? Now, there are a couple of issues with Amazon that I want to mention before you dive into this, right? It's not that it's a bad business model. There are a lot of ways to make money online. You can become a millionaire doing Amazon FBA, but the thing is, there's many ways to do businesses, and there's many ways to make money online, right? The thing about Amazon FBA is that there are a lot of moving parts, okay? So yes, it's great that Amazon is going to help you to house the products, but you have to do a lot of stuff. You have to do the research, the branding, you have to source the products. And they're going to teach you how to do all this, but still, it's still a lot of work, okay? Once you get into Amazon, you have to do Amazon advertising, Amazon pay-per-click marketing, so you need a bit of a budget for that, right? You have to deal with suppliers. You have to deal with the branding of the products. You have to deal with customer service. There's a lot of stuff that you have to handle. And if you're okay with that, then this could potentially be a good business model. The other thing I want to mention is that with Amazon FBA, you have to sell hundreds of products a day in order to make big profit. So if you want to get to like $10, $20, $30,000 a month, you have to sell like a few hundred products a day, because most of the products you sell are low cost and the margins that you make are very, very small, because you have to buy them from a manufacturer and then price them up on Amazon. So you make the difference between how much you paid for the product and how much you're selling it for. That's just the name of the game when you do e-commerce. E-commerce is just like that, okay? So that's okay, but you have to understand that these are some of the things that you have to deal with, and also a lot of the customer service you're gonna have to handle, which is why you have to hire virtual assistants, otherwise you'll be working 18 hours a day like I mentioned earlier, right? The other thing is that not everybody has $6,000 to $10,000 lying around. It's pretty expensive. You have to pay for the course, and you have to spend money on all your product, because you have to buy it up front in order to send it to Amazon, in order to do the shipping and handling. Does that make sense? It's not one of those businesses where you buy it on consignment. No, you have to buy your products up front, fill your storage with supplies, brand them, and then send them to Amazon. That's the whole thing about the Amazon thing, which is not necessarily a bad thing. That's how a lot of offline businesses work, but you just have to understand that there is an upfront cost in order to run this business properly. Then you have to pay for your tools, you have to pay for online advertising, you have to pay for your virtual assistants. That's just kind of how it works. And if you're cool with that, then potentially it could be a great business model for you. But unfortunately, not everybody has $5,000 to $10,000 US lying around, If you do, it's potentially good. This is a great program, the Wholesale Formula. But if you don't have 5 or 10 grand lying around, then this might not be the business for you. Okay, just wanted to be completely upfront, because not everybody understands how certain businesses work, and that's how Amazon FBA works. Full stop. Okay, now I hope you enjoyed this review. If you want to check it out, just head over to thewholesaleformula.com, get on their wait list, and they'll email you when the next admission is ready, the next intake is ready. All right, but if you're watching this video right now, maybe you're looking for a way to make money on the internet. Maybe you want to create side income or a full-time income or an online business, but you don't necessarily have 10 grand lying around, right? What are the other options? Now, there's some other options that I like, to be honest. I've got a favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 minimum. I think it's much, much easier than doing Amazon FBA. I still think till today, I've been online for over 14 years at the time of recording this video. And this is, I still think, the most straightforward, most profitable, more profitable than Amazon FBA, and lowest cost business that you can start online. And you don't need to deal with physical products. 100% digital. All you need is your internet and computer connection, and of course the knowledge to do it. And if you want to learn that strategy, I'm happy to send that to you directly to your email. Just click on the link below for the training. I'll send it directly to your email if you would like. All right, I hope you enjoyed the Wholesale Formula review, and I will see you on another review. Take care.